What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. As well as put your favorite two-man down in the comment section for your chance at winning a free month's access to Props Made Easy and turning that free access into hundreds or even thousands some people have done over the course of your first month, man. Thank y'all for joining me as always. PropsMadeEasy.com are the tools being used in this video. Of course, I would never in my life use a different tool than this. This thing is absolutely dominant. Absolutely love this thing, man. For everybody who has been using it, man, congratulations. You have probably been doing amazing. Yesterday was kind of a up and down day. I hit some, I missed some. It wasn't a crazy day, or by no means yesterday. A lot of shit was kind of went weird. You know what I mean? Like, Evan Mobley had like one rebound after the first quarter and ended up with like 12. Dude finally learned how to rebound the rest of the game. So that was one of the plays I had. And a few other plays that kind of and then a few other plays that did great. So it was one of those days though where it just wasn't going to work out much for the smart better. Right? There are those days where shit just ends up being outliers. Like, for example, let's say Jason Tatum's line's at 6.5 rebounds, right? All of the data you see has over, right? You could have minus 150 odds on the over, AI sim projection on the over. Every piece of data you could possibly imagine says Jason Tatum's going to go on the over. 100,000 people bet on the over Jason Tatum 6.5 rebounds. Then he goes out and has the worst rebounding performance of his entire career and gets one. Now, that's not what happened yesterday. I'm just making an example, right? He has one rebound in the entire game. That's sometimes what you see in this industry. Like, you'll have just weird outlier days that shit just don't work out, which is why bankroll management is so pivotal and why I talk about that so often. Is like, look, the best mindset to go about sports betting is obviously we plan to make profit, right? Obviously, the goal is to make profit. If you're playing the top EV, you will make profit, right? But you still need to have the mindset of betting an amount of money that you're willing to lose, right? That is the best mindset to go about it. That's the best thing I've ever heard in this industry. Bet what you're willing to lose. That way, when you do lose, you live to fight another day the next day. You're not bothered mentally because you know that it's okay. You've got plenty more to bet with. Too many people bet money they don't have, number one. Too many people bet their entire bankroll on a single night. And that's when you start getting those mental issues. People start dealing with those mental issues because gambling is like crushing them because they're not using proper bankroll management. Okay? A rule of thumb is to use like 10% of your bankroll each night. So if you have $200 in your Prizepicks account, you should be betting with 20. Break that 20 up and make like $4 or $5 two-mans or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it work with what you have and build that bankroll up. And then one day, once you've built it to $1,000, you can start betting $100-something a day or whatever, right? If you're a big baller and you just don't care and losing $150, $200 wouldn't bother you at all, then, I mean, go for it. But the best rule of thumb is betting an amount of money you're willing to lose, okay? The winner of yesterday's the winner of yesterday's two-man down in the comment section was Derek White over 15 points and then Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points by Edwin Gonzalez. Edwin Gonzalez, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL so I can get your information and send that 50 over to you, man. Congratulations. Shout out to everybody who puts their favorite two-man down in the comment sections every videos and spends time with your boy. Do the same today. You will win a free access to Props Made Easy over the month. Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's have an amazing Saturday. Let me refresh the tools and let's get straight into what we got for today. Again, remember, bankroll management, bet what you're willing to lose. Obviously, nobody's going in expecting to lose, but you need to bet what you're willing to lose. That way you can live to fight another day. You know how many times, like, I've played EV and had like a down whole, like a whole week was just a down week, right? Like, just because you have some down moments doesn't mean shit. Because if you're playing upper EV, you'll offset it. I've had plenty of months where I have a horrible start to the month with my first week, right? And then the rest of the time is great. But if I wouldn't have used bankroll management, I would have ran out of bankroll after that first week. That's the point I'm making, is that's why bankroll management is so important, because you need to be able to live to fight another day to be able to continue playing consistent EV slips and continue to, build. You can't just be dead after one day. You don't know how many people go in the comment sections, oh, this one guy killed my entire day. One player should not be killing your entire night. You should be diversifying your slips. If you have $20 in your Prizepicks account, well, if you have $20 in your Prizepicks account, you really only got maybe $5 to play with. Okay? In that case, you play your absolute favorite $5 two-man, and you hope for the best, right? The bankrolls that low are tough. It's just, it is what it is. A bankroll that low is really hard in this industry, right? It's really hard to survive with, but you play the $5, and then the next day you play another 5. The next, you know what I'm saying? You keep that type of bankroll until you build that bankroll up. Look, you got to stay consistent. That's one of the things, man. It kind of takes a little bit of a bankroll to build a major bankroll in this industry. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Let's get straight into this. Ja Morant at the top of the list. Under 12.5 rebounds, assists is a 5.93. Wait. I'm making a mistake already. First and foremost, my advice to y'all always is to first thing you do when you come on here is go to favorite EV. Okay? As you can see, no favorite EV are showing here at the moment. It's still early in the day. We will see some pop in later on, but right now there's no favorite EV at the top of the list, so we're going to look at all of EV, okay? But again, the best way to be the most consistent with the Props Made Easy tools is to take the 5% or higher favored EV plays. Why? Because not only throughout the industry do they give you a solid EV of over 5%, which is our floor, which is what we're looking for, but we also know that the sharp books, when averaged together, are minus 140 or higher odds, which is very good odds at hitting. You're going to hit those more consistently than you are a play that's got consensus odds of minus 120, minus 125. Obviously, you're going to hit those minus 140s more often. All right? Ja Morant under 12.5 rebounds, assists at a 5.93 EV percent, minus 135 consensus on the under throughout the industry. AI sim projection at 12.14. If we look at Ja Morant on this line throughout the season, he's hit it in 64.8%, especially over the last like 20 games or so here. He has been, 80% hit rate on this line, getting 10.5 rebounds assists on average per game. Really good spot there. Miles Bridges under 2.5 turnovers is a 5.17 EV percent, minus 133 consensus throughout the industry on the under 2.5 turnovers. AI sim projection has him at 1.75 turnovers on the day. Miles Bridges, if we look over the season, has hit the under on this at 65.2%, averaging 2.09 turnovers per game. All right? Really love those two spots. That's mainly where I'm going to start off with. Prizepicks Goblins. This dude has made me a ton of money. Sabonis over 12.5 points on his Goblin is almost been free money all year. 92.7% season hit rate that he's hit this line. All right? Look at this. 19.87 average. The last 2 games he's gotten 7 and 12. He is definitely due to get back in that green after a couple down times of not hitting this Goblin of 12.5. Really love this spot for Sabonis when it comes to the Goblins. Next best Goblin is Dame Lillard over 2.5 rebounds. He's hit this in 90% of the season. All right, so both of those plays are really good Goblins that you can pair with a regular play and get a nice little double up slip. Over on Underdog, any favorite EV on Underdog? So we have Miles Bridges at a 4.64 EV. Now, I've talked about this, right? I always mention the 5% or higher EV, favorite EV, right? But when you have a play this close, you can treat it like it's a 5 EV, okay? It's a 4.64 EV percent. So it's almost that 5% threshold that we're looking for, as well as we know because it's showing under favorite EV that the sharp books are minus 140 or higher when you average them together. So some good bits of data on the side, on his side here. You have consensus odds of almost minus 130 throughout the industry on his under 35.5 PRA. AI sim projections at 28.23. While the matchup against Washington is an ideal one for anyone, right? You love picking on Washington. This line at 35.5, the sportsbooks are considering to be a little too high. If you look over the season, he has hit this under in 73.9%, averaging 31.3 PRA per game. Okay? Let's go back to all EV. Over on the all EV, Ja Morant's under 12.5 rebounds assists. We talked about him over on Prizepicks. Jalen Duren over 11.5 points at a 5.68 is also a solid option to go with as well. Over on Better Picks, first thing I'm going to do, favorite EV. LaMelo Ball over 3.5 three-pointers made at a 5.27 EV, minus 136 consensus. Over on Better Picks. AI sim projection of 3.84 three-pointers made on average after simulating the game 10,000 times. We look over the season, he hits this in 60%, averaging 3.87 three-pointers made per game, so that's a solid spot that you could go with over on Better. When we look at overall plays, Justin Edwards under 5.5 rebounds assists is a 5.23 at minus 135.9 consensus on the under. His rebounds and assists is incredibly low AI sim projection there. There may be an injury thing that they're waiting on there for in that situation. Normally when you see an AI sim projection with that big of a difference, there's something that they're still waiting on news from to be able to get the full projection out there. DraftKings pick 6, nothing really I care for. Over on Dabble, favorite EV, obviously. You have a couple plays that are almost at that. We got the 4 here for Fred VanVleet, and we've got the 4.6 for Draymond Green. Both of these guys are in play. Obviously, ideally, it would be over the 5% would be the best, but Draymond Green under 6.5 rebounds is at a 4.64. Almost that 5 threshold. Minus 134 consensus odds on the under throughout the industry. AI sim projection on the under as well. And then Fred VanVleet over 12.5 points is a 4.18. Minus 132.7 consensus odds on the over. AI sim projection at 15.45, a 2.95 projection differential on the over. So I like that spot there. Vivid picks. Over on Vivid Picks, no favorite EV. Got the John Morant under 12.5 rebounds assists at the top, and then Miles Bridges under 2.5 turnovers. A couple picks that we've talked about multiple times in this video already. Over on FanDuel, the best play right now would be DeMar DeRozan over 3.5 assists. He's already favored on FanDuel at minus 128 odds, so FanDuel already themselves expect him to go over 3.5 assists here. Consensus odds throughout the industry have him favored at minus 148 odds to go over 3.5 assists with an AI sim projection of 4.21. So not only throughout the entire industry do you have consensus odds of almost minus 150 on the over, but you have the AI sim after simulating the game 10,000 times at a 4.21 on the over as well. All right, so good spot there. Zach LaVine over 3.5 rebounds is already favored at minus 128 with a 6.18 EV, minus 147 consensus on the over. AI sim projection on the over as well. Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 rebounds is already favored at minus 122. 5.4 EV, minus 137 are the consensus odds throughout the industry. So obviously getting it at minus 122 would be plus EV. AI sim projection on the over as well. So some good spots there on FanDuel. Over on DraftKings, Paul George over 3.5 assists is already favored at minus 140 juice on DraftKings, whereas he's minus 163 and up throughout the industry when you average every sports book together on this one. So that is a huge difference, giving him a 6.37 EV percent. So I love that spot to grab Paul George at minus 140. Again, it's a lower risk option as well because he's already favored. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to take two options that have very high probability in the eyes of sports books, but yet are still high EV, I would go Paul George over 3.5 assists and pair it with this Dillon Brooks under 2.5 three-pointers made at minus 160. The odds of these two hitting are high, yet you're still getting solid EV because comparative to the rest of the industry, these plays are great value where they're at. So nice little two-man there. You can even add the Nick Smith Jr. if you'd like into the mix as well. But overall, some solid plays on the board today. As always, though, there's no certain time where you got to lock in at Props Made Easy and get the plays in, right? Take advantage of being a Props Made Easy member, okay? I know there's probably a lot of people who watch the videos who aren't Props Made Easy members. Depend on the free advice in the video in the beginning of the video. First thing I have to say is if you're depending on free stuff or constantly looking for free stuff, you probably don't have the bankroll to be in the betting industry to begin with, okay? That's me just as like a unk to you. You know what I'm saying? To some of y'all young folks, I'm like an unk to you telling you, hey, man, like, if you can't invest in yourself in this industry for only $20 and get a Props Made Easy account, and you depend on free picks, or you're one of those people who just scrolls X looking for free slips that people post, you shouldn't be in this industry because you obviously don't have the bankroll to be in this, okay? Nobody with a bankroll to be able to gamble is going to be really relying on free picks only and not investing in themselves to have success. You have to invest in yourself. If you think these pro bettors don't have access to Props Made Easy and other sites, you're tripping. You're high. The pro bettors, the people who are the best bettors in the world, have access to these best tools in the world. And, I mean, it is what it is. You have to invest in yourself. Plain and simple. Okay? Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. PropsMadeEasy.com is only $20 a month. Go lock in. Have an amazing Saturday. I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video, man. Put your favorite two-man down in the comment section. Actually, I may not have a video tomorrow because I got church early on in the morning. I may not have a video tomorrow, but I'll definitely see y'all Monday, all right? Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Y'all have a safe, great Saturday. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.